I'm so sorry. Welcome to my channel. For those who know me, hello again, and for those who don't, I hope you stick around. I know it's pretty much been a year since my last video, so I hope that everyone is doing well. Just this past weekend, I went to Anime NYC 2025, and it was my first convention ever. Now, the plan was to only do one day of the convention, but the class will soon see that I played myself. When I got back, I thought this would be the perfect time to share my experience and show the class what I got. So let's get into it. Starting out with Saturday. Thankfully, I was going to Anime NYC with a friend who has way more experience with conventions than I do, so I'm pretty sure that just about everything only went as smoothly as it did because of their help. Since I purchased my badge kind of last minute, I had to go to a retailer to pick it up in the city, but I'm so glad that we took pictures before getting to the center, because once I was in there, the sheer volume of people and visually seeing everything that was going on, the cosplays, the booths, everything, my brain cells were low-key flipping out, but you know, in a good way, more like nervous-sided type emotions. The class already knows that over here we are sports fans for sure, so I tried my hand at a little Ayako cosplay from Slam Dunk. I actually made my own hat to fit my hair, and then we had the jacket, we had the socks, we had the red biker shorts, like come on. The sports 90s and shonen anime cosplay meetups were all on Thursday, so we missed that. But my friend was doing a cosplay from K-pop Demon Hunters, so I was like, we have to go to that. I saw like maybe 2 Shohoku jerseys the entire time that I was there, but I did get a picture with this group of JJK cosplayers that had on the baseball uniforms. A win is a win. A win is a win. Once we got into the main hall, there were so many different cool shops, displays, interactive games going on, and I know that we did not see everything that was in there, but we did see a lot for the time that we did get to spend in there. It's definitely a lot walking in there for the first time, so I was just looking around and seeing whatever caught my eye, honestly. A gachapon station will always come from my wallet whether I like it or not, and it didn't help that there was some high-Q ones in there. So I got these 2 little sleepy time figures, and I was scared because when I pulled Hinata, I already have a little one here, but this one is different, okay? It is different. He has his eyes slightly open. He has his eyes closed there. So, and the blanket is different. This one is orange. This one is black. We are in the clear. I did not have a Kenma one, so this was really cute to pull. And then we got Kura as a keychain one. I honestly just should have done all of them in this one, but I'm always scared to do more than one at a gacha station because I am notoriously bad for pulling double, sometimes triple, and then there goes all my coins. What do we do? What do we do? The next thing that caught my eye were these VHS tapes. Yes, I do still have a VHS player and a collection of VHS tapes that I am emotionally attached to forever. This One Piece tape actually includes episodes 41 to 44, which is during the Arlong Park arc. This tape was actually the first one I saw, and to be completely honest, I saw her and I was like, this is mother, you're coming home with me. I almost got the other One Piece one that was sitting there, but then I looked around back and they had Castle in the Sky. They had some other movies there, and if they had Kiki's Delivery Service, she was probably gonna go into the cart too, but Castle in the Sky, y'all. Ugh. From there, we kept moving around, and then I came across my beloved Kinokuniya. Something in my soul that morning told me to go ahead and bring along my little membership card with me to the convention, just in case. Even if I could have used it there, could always go to the store later. You never know. Y'all, it's been so long since I used this. I didn't even know if it was still valid at this point. I thought it was expired. But to my surprise, when we got to check out, she worked. Oh, and I got a little discount. Mwah! Love this for me so much because I needed it. My purchase did come with a bag, another need. So let's see what we have here. So I finally got my hands on the booklets for Lullaby of the Dawn. Booklets 3 and 4 had me tripping in there because at first I thought that I accidentally bought 2 of the same thing, but they are different. I also got me some Lullaby of the Dawn stickers as well. Then I picked up volume 3 of I Hear the Sunspot. This is the special Kinokuniya cover, and it comes with this signed board when you get this cover as well. Got 2 best song compilation CDs, one for Nana and one for Sailor Moon. I'm about to be bumping this in my car religiously. Kinokuniya was doing a pretty big feature on Love Bullet, and they had so much merch there, but I just stuck with getting this acrylic stand. I'm going to wait for the English release to come out. I want to say it's around November. I was very tempted though to get the original Japanese, but I was just like, no, be reasonable, okay? I also ended up getting another acrylic stand for our favorite green Yuri. The guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all, and the second volume, because I hadn't picked that one up yet. I did read the first one finally, and we already knew that we were going to enjoy it. I don't know why I was kidding myself. I had a great time, and I'm sure that I'll have a great time here too. They had a whole little wotakoi section, which I was very happy to see, because anyone who's been around this channel for a while knows just how much I love wotakoi. I did a couple little blind bags because I did not want to test my luck too much while I was over there. They had this little one where you could pull one of the volume covers. So I took a chance on getting 2 for the characters, and thankfully we came out alive. We got Momo and we got Hirotaka, so we're okay. In addition to the acrylic charms, I immediately snatched up the 10-year anniversary book that they had over there. I feel like the way that Kinokuniya set up their section was made to strategically target people like me. I can't even make it through the checkout line before seeing this. Advanced copies of Kingsmaker for sale, and then on top of that, you get a free lens cloth. I love a freebie, and I love a sale. What are we talking about? I have been so out of the loop, so I was not expecting to see this there. It is completely in color, and I am just awestruck. To get the free lens cloth for your purchase, you have to go to the Tappytoon booth. So before we went over there, they still had copies for the Young Giveaway magazine, so I was able to pick myself up one, and it also came with a bag, very much needed. I will never turn down a free bag, okay? We actually went to the Penguin Random House table on accident, and they pointed us in the right direction, but before they let us go, did give me a little poster to go along with my book. Here I thought I was going to go to the Tappytoon booth, get my little free lens cloth, and make it out of there with my wallet unscathed. Wrong. They also had merch for Kingsmaker there, and I picked up this very sleek, nice looking passport holder. I've never had a passport holder before, but now she will be held. This is the infamous lens cloth that we got. It had this little stamp mission challenge card, and of course I was keeping that, but this same image was actually inside of the passport holder as a little photo card, so that was very nice. But this stamp challenge actually gets you little photo cards of the 3 series that they were showing there. I was just here for the Kingsmaker one, but they also had the Broken King and Wet Sand, so might have to check those out. Good advertising. By the time we started to feel a little bit hungry, so we went ahead to get us something to eat. I later found out that the creators of Kingsmaker were actually at the convention doing a Q&A panel that day, so without any context to the series at all, my friend was kind enough to let me drag them to the panel. It was so cool to get to see them in person and also hear about their process for creating this series. For so long, I've just envisioned them as these little mascots at the end of the author's note episodes. So it was very much like, whoa, real people in front of me right now. They passed out these posters at the panel that includes the cover and then that same image from the photo card. And not only did we find out that the upcoming English release of Triple Crown is going to be mature, literally everyone cheered, but the creators also stated that they have future plans to make a spin-off for the series. Now there's no timeline as to when this will actually happen, but for me, the thought is enough. It's been so long since I've read the Kingsmaker series, and I was waiting for the last season to finish completely before jumping back in, and I wanted to start from the very beginning with that as well. So this being there was honestly perfect. But at the end of the panel, the moderator goes, if you bought an advanced copy of Kingsmaker here at the convention, you can come and get it signed tomorrow. What? Here I am with my Saturday only badge staring back at me like, They really seemed nice enough that if I went up there and I pled my case, I may have gotten them to sign it, but people already were starting to crowd up there and I didn't want to add to that and I was nervous, so we left. There was no shortage of things to do, just the amount of time that we had. Viz had a feature for One Punch Man and they were giving out these freebie masks that are hilarious. Crunchyroll's other freebie was this collaboration magazine that they did with New Type. I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and read it, but just looking at how it's laid out is very nice. I feel thrown back to my Tiger Beat J14 days, if you know what I mean. If you don't, we getting up there, okay? Had this cool dumpster diving game thing going on for Gachiakuta, and this was what we ended up getting. We both pulled TVs, and I think there were also other prizes with this game that may have ran out by the time that we were at the convention, because by this time, not only was it later in the day, but 2 other convention days have already happened, and there were plenty of people there. So, as I said, I am not gonna be mad about a bag because I definitely needed it so that I could put more things in it. Towards the back of the hall, closer to the autograph section, there was this one vendor that was not only selling leather-bound books that were custom and beautiful, but also these cloth maps. Oh my gosh. Y'all, people are so creative. Like, and the books there, they were so beautiful. I did not get the name of the vendor, but if anybody knows who they were, put it down in the comments because the creativity. That was just one of the things from the convention that was so mind-blowing, was just the sheer amount of creativity from everyone cosplaying, from the different shops to the artists that were in the alley. It was a beautiful thing to behold. We wanted to make sure that we got back to the hotel at a decent time so we could drop things off, go to the after parties, and have a great time for the rest of the night. But just before we left, we came across this place with all these different Lego anime-inspired figurines. Oh my gosh! I love me some Lego, okay? At first, I was just gonna get Sailor Moon, but I could not leave her daughter behind, Chibi Moon. They had so many JJK ones there, but I ended up just getting 3, again, trying to be reasonable. These ones were a little bit more because they came with props, but it's really cool because you can also, one, you still see his mouth under his mask, and you can turn his face around for a different expression. We love to see it. Then the one for Yuta also has his sword. I flipped his face around because the other one makes him look constipated, I'm not gonna lie. And y'all already know that Maki is my girl, so I had to get her. I almost got the post Shibuya version with her short hair and the scars, but I was trying to be reasonable and I really liked how this one looked, and it would also fit with Yuta and Inumaki, so we tried. So with heavy bags and a full heart, I finished my very first convention day ever. Took a couple more pictures, dropped our stuff off, went to spin for the after party, and then we ended our night seeing K-pop Demon Hunters, the sing-along. Yes, I did lose my voice and I am still recovering from that. But when we got back, I was packing and I could not get the Kingsmaker panel out of my head. Oh my goodness. Mind you, it's like 3 in the morning at this point. I opened my inbox to see an email saying that there were still Sunday tickets available. And once my brain started teasing out the timing and logistics, it was over. It was over. I ended up getting my badge online and heading straight to the center. I didn't even know if they're going to let me pick up my badge there. But if I went to the retailer when it opened and made my way to the center, I was not going to make the signing in the first place, so it just would not have been worth it. Thankfully, they did let me pick up my badge, and I was early, so I just waited in line until it opened. It was a good thing I went when I did, because once I found out where the actual signing table was, there were already a good 6 people in line already. I was going to be cooked, fried, toasted, and burnt if I hadn't went when I did. So it all worked out for the best. I was so nervous and low-key shaking by the time it was my turn to get up there for the signing, but they were both so sweet. When I got up there, one of the creators actually recognized that my outfit was from Slam Dunk, and I was just so taken aback and surprised. Y'all, I wanted to cry because I just felt so seen, especially since up to that point, no one had said anything to me about Slam Dunk, and then my Ayako cosplay the previous day, no one said anything that I had talked to, so I was just kind of like resigned to thinking we just not slam dunking like we used to, but they understood. They understood the assignment. There are no pictures or selfies allowed of the creators, both at the panel and the signing, but they did let me get a picture of them signing my book. It was just, oh, it was such a lovely experience. I used this mini Evo to take the picture of them signing my book, and a lot of the other pictures that you see in this video are going to be from this, since it's a hybrid camera. They both thought that this was really cool, and I had a great time using this for the first time this weekend. I'm still getting used to the bells and whistles of this one, but overall had a very fun time capturing the different moments of the convention with this camera. With my primary mission accomplished at that point, I still had some time before my flight to walk around the convention a little bit more, revisit some places and see some new ones, and spend some money. So many shops were doing Sunday sale promotions, and I'm a sucker for a discount, so that just made it even better. So I ended up picking up this Kagehina figure set, and then also one of these Nyan piece blind boxes. I ended up pulling Shanks from here. The shop Sunday sale was $10 off, and I get a snack of my choice, so had to get my girl Retsy. I got 2 different types of teas from Misty Mountain Gaming. Ended up picking up this one for the guy she was interested in, wasn't a guy at all. And I also ended up doing one of the blind bags that they had for Dungeon Meshi Charms. Look at her, she's so cute. Got some more freebies while I was walking around. This one is from Book Off, and then these are from Biz. I went back to the Tappytoon booth because I couldn't resist, and ended up getting the card holder as well to go with the passport holder. So this one's like a nice brown leather, and it has like the same designs on it, but just in the card format. I love things like this. I really wanted to support at least one artist in the alley before leaving the convention, and then I saw someone with slam dunk art. Trying to find slam dunk art is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. 2 haystacks. I didn't get the slam dunk print, but I did get a slam dunk sticker sheet with some of my favorite characters on there. They even have a little picture of Mitsui with no front teeth, like. And the same artist had all these cute little one-piece acrylic stands. I wasn't able to get Zosan because Sanji was out, but I was able to get the last Nami, so we love to see it. I love my girl. Got her, and we got Robin. Then we got Ace and Sabo, and Law and Luffy. I can't wait to put these up. These are so cute. So the plan was to just walk around, see if I could find some more slam dunk merch. But then out the corner of my eye, I see some Leo Pika fan art that I knew I had seen online before. And what do you know? I was correct. I was so happy to see them there because Tal's art has had a grip on my heart and my brain rot for the longest time. Like, do y'all know how hard it is to find Promare fan art in 2025? Very. To no surprise, I was so nervous going up there, y'all, but they were so nice and kind enough to answer all my questions that I had. Before leaving the convention, I actually ended up going back for a second time because I have zero self-control. So I got all their zines, 2 sticker sheets. This one actually has 3 sheets in here, and 2 of their prints from Hunter x Hunter that I need to frame. Now class, no one asked me, okay, how much I spent at this convention, because if I'm being completely honest, there came a point that my brain just stopped processing numbers and never came back. But what really matters, class, is that at the end of the day, I had a great time, and I left with not only a checked bag, but also memories that I'm going to cherish forever. You can't put a price on that. At least I'm not. As a first timer for conventions period, there were definitely a lot of lessons that I'm going to take away from this experience. First off, I was very lucky to be going with someone that already had experience with this convention and conventions period, so it made this whole experience a lot less daunting and also made me feel a lot more comfortable when I went in on Sunday by myself. I was even asking people to take pictures with me. I'll throw some of those up there because everyone was just on it. Even though my cosplay was a lot more low-key than the other ones that I saw over there, I still had a great time and it really made me feel present in the experience and being there with everybody that was doing similar things. Third piece is that an extra bag never hurt nobody. Period. I had a little foldable tote with me to carry extra things around, but I'm glad that some of my other purchases came with a tote bag because that definitely made things a lot easier in carrying around the other pieces that I got. I also saw people with those foldable rolling carts that you can also sit on. Big brain genius type thinking right there. I also saw people going around with hardcover portfolios and tubes to keep posters, large prints, photo cards. That was just so smart. I don't know why I didn't think of something like that, but I honestly wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just thinking about getting there and keeping my cosplay intact. But there were so many other things there that I just didn't get because I didn't want them to get messed up while I was traveling, and that could have been a great solution to the problem. Next time, I'm definitely going to do a better job at planning in advance, not just buying tickets earlier, but also doing some digging into who's actually going to be there at the convention, whether it's vendors or creators, artists, you name it. But all in all, I had a great time at Anime NYC, and I hope to go again in the future with all these different things in mind. New York Comic Con is another one that I've always wanted to go to, and after experiencing this one, I feel a little less intimidated in trying to go to that one, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you heard today, make sure you hit that like and subscribe before you leave. But that's all I have for today, so bye!